Kuris Ventures, and we are on our 2 out of 30, 30, 30, 30, pre, ito yung 30, pre. Ayan, 30, 2 out of 30 video for today. So thank you so much for watching, guys. So as I've said on my first video, I've divided this challenge into 4 segments. So for the first segment, we're gonna go with travels, and maybe you guys are wondering why I'm calling it 45 before 30. So I'm just gonna give you a small introduction. So I call it 45 before 30 because I've visited 45 countries in total before I turned 30. Yay! So ayan guys, kaya ko siya tinawag na 45 before 30. Right, so for today's session, I'm gonna talk about part of the countries I've visited. I prepared a couple of points that I'll be presenting or discussing with you for every country that I have visited. And hopefully it could give you some, tips as well. So for the first country, it's gonna be drums rolling. It's gonna be the Philippines. Ayan guys, madaya tayo eh. So I've added Philippines on my list. Why not? I've been to the Philippines. I was born in the Philippines. So ayan guys, it's my lupang sinilangan. So I'm adding it to my list, and the first country I visited is Philippines. You can never take that away from me. All right. So Philippines, guys, let's talk about Philippines. So I've prepared different points here. I was thinking about cities I've visited in the Philippines. It's gonna be a lot. So probably we'll talk about provinces I visited in the Philippines, but I don't even know the names of the provinces. So let's just check out the map and see where it's gonna take us. So the map of the Philippines. So guys, I am from the Guimaras Island, the very tiny Guimaras Island between Iloilo and Negros. So if any one of you who wish to visit Guimaras, I would recommend it. We also have white beaches, but they're smaller. So yeah, pay a visit. And of course, we've been to Panay, Aklan. So Aklan, where Boracay is, you can never go wrong with Boracay, I would say. To be honest, guys, I know everyone says it's overrated. I've actually discovered it recently. Boracay is not overrated at all. It's beautiful, especially after they've cleared the beach side with all these vendors and the restaurant stuff. Like if you are in the middle, so for example, you take a boat ride in the middle and you can see the stretch of white sand in Boracay Island. It's amazing. I was so impressed for the first time, and I've been there for ages. So ayan guys, Aklan, and of course my husband is from Aklan province actually. So yes, I visited Aklan, and Palawan, of course, is in our list. Cebu, Bohol, oh my god, Sorsogon. Sorsogon is a province, is it? And then where is Legazpi City? So Bicol, sorry, in Bicol, we've been to Bicol. You've seen it on my vlog. So Sorsogon, I think Sorsogon is part of Bicol province. Where else have I been? To the north, guys. So I would say, so Rizal I have been because we've been to Baler to do the surfing 101. But I would recommend, so been to Ilocos. The recommendation I would say is here in this island. So the Babuyan group of islands, guys. I know, like before I only see this in the map and I'm like, what is this Babuyan Island? Why is it called Babuyan Island? Is there a lot of baboy there? So anyway, we got the chance to actually visit 4 islands in this group of islands. So Fuga Island, guys, is not allowed. I think they were saying that there are actually guards in this island and you cannot really enter it. That's what they said. I'm not sure about the Luperit, but we haven't visited. So anyway, guys, if you want to visit and you are adventurous, I recommend Babuyan Island. So in order to get to the Babuyan Islands, you have to take a boat from the mainland. So because it was a 17-day backpacking trip, we actually came from Claveria and took a cargo boat towards Central Calayan, and it's a no joke, guys. If you ride this boat for 6 hours with no proper seating arrangement and big waves for 6 hours, it's not gonna be for people who have seasickness. So I don't recommend. But if you're adventurous enough, 6 hours, just big waves, go for this island. It's just a very unforgettable experience for me. And when we get to Central Calayan, so this is where the cargo boat brought us. Central Calayan, my favorite beach called Sibang Cove. Amazing. It's a virgin beach, white beach, clear water. We did overnight camping there. It's amazing, amazing, amazing. And then from Central Calayan, we stayed in Central Calayan for 2 nights. We went to Babuyan Claro. So this is a tribe island. So you will have to actually pay a visit to their head of the tribe to show your respect. And I think they have some entrance fee there in order to develop their community. And we actually stayed in a house because they don't have accommodation there. So we stayed in one of the houses where we slept outside in a, how do you call that? Duyan. What's duyan? I don't know what duyan is in English. Please tell me what duyan is in English. We were sleeping in a duyan for 2 nights. And yeah, it was one of the best experience we have. And the fresh seafood, guys, like the squid, freshly caught from the sea. And then it's in a green basin, and you can see that the squid is like camouflaging because of the green basin. So the squid is also turning green. It was amazing. It was so fresh. We also tried coconut crab there. I know it's already, how do you call this? It's already an endangered species, I think. After we visited, I heard that it was one of the endangered species already. So I was sort of guilty for eating it. And here in this island, if you like hiking, you can hike Mount Pukis. It's an active volcano, by the way, guys, in Babuyan Claro. We tried, or we attempted to hike it and didn't succeed. It was raining, it was slippery, it was steep. So me and my husband decided to not pursue the hiking anymore, but our friend actually managed to go there. They also have these big eggs. I'm not sure, it came from a bird. So these big eggs, and yeah, they actually sort of, this kind of birds, they dig a soil to hide their eggs. And then of course the locals just look for it, and then it's this big. So those are the eggs. And from Babuyan Claro, we have to go to Camiguin Island. So before we go to Camiguin, we actually passed by Pamactan Island. So it's actually a private island, guys. We didn't know. Just the boatmen brought us there. They're like, oh, we can chill here, we can do barbecue and blah blah blah. So we were chilling in this island, and then the caretaker sort of actually, he was telling us, oh, you're not allowed to be here because it's a private island. So we were like, oh, can we just stay here for a bit? And then we offered him a beer, and we managed to stay there for a while. So yeah, it was good. It was nice. And then after Pamactan, late in the afternoon, we actually traveled to Camiguin Island. Now, Camiguin Island is an island which is so unforgettable for me because we went there with almost no money left, guys. all the money we have is to pay for the boatman, which is 14,000 pesos, and maybe we have spare change. And good thing it was the boatman's family where we were staying, and we told them, oh, we don't have any money to pay you right now. What we can do is actually when we get back to the mainland, we could send you some money, but we don't know how to send you money. But even though they knew that we didn't have money and we could run off without paying them, every morning or every meal they would still serve us food. And it was just so generous of them and very heartwarming that they are actually sort of welcoming us as a family. And from this island we also visited, we did like a small boat tour towards like the hot spring. So this hot spring is actually like water coming from the volcano running towards the seaside. So it's smell of sulfur is it was so bad, but anyway guys, it's for the experience. And because we don't have enough money, so we were thinking, oh, what are we gonna pay this boatman? And we asked him what payment or how much do you want us to pay you, and he was like, oh, it's okay, Gin Bilog is fine. And we were like, oh, Gin Bilog. So we went to the shop or to the sari-sari store and we bought him a cuatro cantos. So Gin Bilog is the round version of this, I think Ginebra, right? The round version, so that's called Gin Bilog. So we bought him a cuatro cantos, like the square version, so it's bigger. And he was so happy. And he actually offered us to drink with him, but it's a disgusting drink, so no Gin Bilog for me, or any Gin Cuatro Cantos for me. I could drink Tanduay or anything else, Emperador, but no Gin Bilog for me, please. So that's the payment we gave him. And yeah, so anyway guys, we left Camiguin Island after 2 nights, and we just sent them some money through the boatman. So from Camiguin Island, we have to take a passenger boat towards Apari. And then we just asked the boatman to bring the money back to this person because they knew each other anyway, they're local. We just have to pay a very small fee. So yeah, it's one of the most unforgettable part of our 17-day backpacking trip, the Babuyan Islands, and of course the Camiguin Island I can never forget. So ayan guys, that's the Philippines thing, and just maybe to share with you a bit about our 17-day backpacking trip. So from Camiguin Island through Apari, we actually went to Wangud, yes, and I've got my tattoo in Wangud. There you go, that's my husband's name tattooed by one of her granddaughters, and that's her signature tattoo. So Wangud actually did the 3 dots. So my husband have the same. Oh, diba? Ang sweet namin. Ayan. So from Wangud, we actually went to Batad, so where the rice terraces is. That's so beautiful. You wake up in the morning, you have some coffee, and then you have rice terraces in front of you. And then there is this really nice falls as well in Batad. After Batad, we went to Kabayan. We were supposed to see the mummies. So they have this, I don't know, skull or something of our mummies in one of the caves. And unfortunately, during that time, it was closed. So we didn't really manage to hike and see the mummies over there. After Kabayan, we went to Baguio. And then from Baguio, we went back to Manila. It was an unforgettable 17-day backpacking trip for us. But yeah, again, Babuyan Island guys, for the adventurous ones, go for it. So anyway, that's the Philippines, and maybe you will ask me what is like the famous food in the Philippines. So of course everyone will say adobo. For me, I eat a lot of food. I eat different food in the Philippines. So exotic food, balot. It's not exotic for me, but it's exotic for them. So I am always proud that I can eat balot. It's my favorite. Every time I arrive in the Philippines from the airport, I'm gonna tell my aunt, you need to buy me balot. I need to have balot when I arrive. So it's always one of my checklist: balot, isaw, when I arrive, guys. So I always ask my aunt to buy that. And yeah, syempre adobo. You have Bicol Express. We've got bok choy. Oh my god, bok choy is so good. Oysters here in the UK is 3 pieces, almost 200 pesos. In the Philippines, it's almost half a sack already of oysters. So oysters will always be my favorite. You can never go wrong with oysters. And the blood shell. So blood shell, you buy the fresh blood shell, you put it on the grill. Delicioso, delicioso. Ayan. So those are just the few food that of course, lechon pala, guys. Oh my god, how could I forget lechon? Lechon, of course. Those are the food I would recommend from the Philippines if ever you get to visit the Philippines. Now for our second country, it will be the UK. Another cheat, guys, I know. But then again, you know, it's sharing travels for everyone. So UK is the second country I've been to. Of course, I live here. It's the first country I traveled to internationally from the Philippines. So UK, I've been here for 12 years now, and there are a lot of nice places in the UK. There's just so much, but I think London is one thing, right? Because it's the city, but you know, I got tired of the city life. I had enough of it on my younger years. Younger years? Ang tanda na natin, te. So I think for the UK, I would recommend, what do I recommend in the UK? So, favorite place I've ever been in the UK is actually Cornwall. So I went there for a weekend backpacking trip. It was amazing. Like, I never expected UK to be this beautiful with beautiful beaches. I think if we have better weather in the UK during summer, it could be one of the best summer destination. If you go to Cornwall, you go to Penzance and St. Ives. The beaches there are amazing. White sand. You can have, like, you have the backdrop of cliffs. It's so pretty. Like, again, I'm gonna emphasize, I never thought UK would be this beautiful. And there's just so much places I really wanted to visit in the UK, but so far for the ones I've visited, I would recommend Cornwall. It's one of the best. And then, sorry, nabibilaukin ako. Walang tubig. Ayan. For the food recommendation in the UK, it's one of the toughest question I always have to answer every time I'm asked, oh, what's the best food in the UK? If ever we visit UK, what would you recommend? So it's the toughest question I've ever had because I never really fancied anything, or maybe I'm not too aware of what they actually have in the UK, because it's a very multicultural country that you can just have everything, like Asian food, different kind of food here, that you don't even get to realize, am I eating any British food or not? But the famous one they have is fish and chips. Not really my thing, but everyone says, oh, they have the best fish and chips. Okay, so let's say fish and chips. So it's actually buttered fish, deep fried, and then with chips on the side, and that's it. And actually, one thing, they have a really nice Sunday roast, I would say. I must admit, I tried their beef roast when we went hiking on Peak District. Is one of the best roasted beef I've tried. So ayan, maybe the roasted Sunday roast. It's normally roasted chicken on a Sunday. It's one of their specialty. Every Sunday they offer this Sunday roast, where it's chicken or beef, and then of course the fish and chips. So ayan, guys, that's for the UK. And then for our third country, the third country I visited is France. Ayan. So France, guys. So maybe it's because it's the closest country here in the UK as well. So the first time I went to France, actually we went to Paris by bus from London to Paris. So yeah, so the bus has to take a ferry, of course, to cross the strait. And yeah, we visited Paris, and I think France is almost my third home. I'm always in France. I always do business trips in France because we have an office in Paris, and then we have our IT hub in Lyon. So normally I would go to France a couple of times a year for work. But yeah, I do enjoy France. It's like one of the places I would still recommend, even though I'm not really a big fan of Paris. But I know it's everyone's bucket list is to go to the city of love called Paris, of course. So I think I would recommend that if you go to Paris, you could actually do a hiking, like an urban hiking thing in Paris. So from Notre Dame or Notre Dame, you could take the riverside and just walk towards, I don't know which part, but there, like, you can just walk towards Eiffel Tower. It's gonna be 3 to 4 hours walk, and then during that walk you can actually visit different sightseeing places already in Paris. So I need to find the route. I did created one route before on my blog. I need to find it. But yeah, that's if you need any recommendations in Paris, you can PM me, you can message me, and yeah, I could give you recommendations. And of course, I've been to different cities in France. So we've got Lyon, Lourdes, Toulouse, Nice, and where else in Paris? Just so many cities, I would say, because I've been there multiple times. Don't forget Versailles if ever you're in Paris. Actually, it's a very nice palace. I would highly recommend, especially if they have this dancing fountain. You should visit Versailles. Yeah, okay, I think, guys, 3 out of 45 is enough for our first part. So I was actually planning to do 7 countries for this part 1, but I think I won't really have time to edit all the videos and stuff like that and put some mixers and all, because I spoke too much already about 3 countries. So I think I'll end it here, guys. And of course, because it's only 3 out of 45, you will have to tune in for our next videos in the coming days so I can share with you more exciting stuff. Now, thank you so much for coming and watching my video. See you again on my next one. Saranghae, everyone!